All right, good morning. So, how are we doing? I think it's working. So it says it is. I can never tell. So, today we are finishing up Psalm 22. We are going to be in verses 27 through 31. And it is Thursday, February 9th. And so we are rolling right through February already. So, hope you guys are having a good morning, and let me go ahead and we will get started. So, it says this. It says, all the ends of the earth will remember and turn to the Lord, and all the families of the nations will bow down before him. For dominion belongs to the Lord, and he rules over the nations. All the rich of the earth will feast and worship, and all who go down to the dust will kneel before him, those who cannot keep themselves alive. Posterity will serve him, and future generations will be told about the Lord, and they will proclaim his righteousness, declaring to a people yet unborn, he has done it. And so today we conclude this psalm, and it's been quite interesting for me, at least, because it begins with this cry, this desperate calling of, my God, why have you forsaken me? And here we end the psalm with it's almost as if David is seeing an event or a coming day that has not yet happened, and he's describing a time or a day when all of the earth will celebrate God as King. Will celebrate and recognize God as King. And so, obviously, this is a prophetic psalm. David has been given a picture of the future. He's been given a picture of Christ's work on the cross, and he's been given a picture, a vision, or of the coming day of Christ's return. And so, and how does this when you read a psalm like this, how does it apply to us today? How does it relate to our lives? And so, just a couple of thoughts. There was a guy named George Ladd who has been very influential on the theology or the thinking of the vineyard. And he observed through the scriptures and through his experience that there was this now and yet this not yet of God's rule and reign in our lives. And so he says that in the scriptures that in Jesus' first coming, that Jesus was inaugurating the kingdom of God, or the rule and the reign of God here on earth and in our own individual lives. And that there are moments when we see the kingdom breaking in. There are moments in our lives where we see the rule and the reign of God happening in a person's life. And so, for example, someone turning from their sins, or someone bringing justice, and because of their relationship with God, that is those moments where God's kingdom is breaking in. But at the same time, there are obviously in our own lives personally, and also in the world that we observe, God's rule and reign isn't happening. People are being influenced and or bowing down to other things. And so, in his book, he talks about that Jesus' first coming was the inauguration of the kingdom of God, and that Jesus' second coming will be the consummation of the kingdom of God. That we live in this in-between space of the now of the kingdom and the not yet of the kingdom. And so David is given a picture of the day when God's rule and reign will be established. Even if you look at, for example, Revelation 7, some of the verses in there very interesting and very similar to what David is saying here. And so if we live in this in-between, this now and this not yet of the kingdom of God, well, how are we then to operate? And I would just simply submit that for those of us that are experiencing the kingdom now in our own lives, that we are to then take the now of the kingdom to the not yet in the world around us, sharing Jesus, loving those who are unlovable, praying for the sick, bringing justice, bringing compassion, bringing mercy, and sharing simply that we're not left, we haven't been abandoned, but we serve a good God who is searching and seeking us. And so hopefully that makes sense. That's kind of what I took away from this psalm as we've been working through it for the last couple of days, that you and I, we get to experience the now of the kingdom, and it's our duty to share that now with the not yet, and to extend the kingdom to the world around us. So yeah, so hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Today is Thursday, so the hashtag for Thursday is Thankful Thursday. One of the fastest ways to enter into the kingdom, to enter into the presence of God, is through gratitude, through thanksgiving, through thankfulness. And so, who is perhaps someone that you need to thank, who does great things for you, or you observe them and they need recognition, and sometimes perhaps they don't get it? In what ways can you be thankful towards them? In what ways perhaps you need to simply be thankful towards God and the ways that He blesses you? And so, be thinking about that today. Pass that along. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.